Most people do not wait because they are lazy. They wait because they are afraid. Afraid the work will not be good enough. Afraid people will laugh. Afraid the dream will look smaller in reality than it did in imagination. Afraid that if they try and fail, they will lose the comfort of believing they could have done it someday. So they wait. They wait for confidence. They wait for clarity. They wait for a better mood, a better schedule, a better camera, a better body, a better bank account, a better version of themselves. And while they wait, life keeps moving. This is one of the quiet tragedies of being human. We often think we are protecting ourselves from failure, but sometimes we are protecting ourselves from aliveness. Because to begin anything real is to enter uncertainty. The moment you begin, the fantasy is no longer protected. The dream has to touch the world. And the world is not gentle with dreams. The world has delays, bills, tired days, bad timing, criticism, awkward first attempts, misunderstanding, and results that do not match your effort. That is why the beginning often feels terrible. Not because you are on the wrong path, because the path is real now. Before you begin, the dream is perfect. After you begin, the dream becomes work. And work is where anxiety enters. Anxiety is often treated as proof that something is wrong, but sometimes anxiety is simply the price of admission into a more honest life. If you are trying to create something, tell the truth. Leave a dead routine, repair a relationship, change your body, start over, or become more fully yourself. Anxiety may appear at the door. It may say, "What if this fails? What if they judge you? What if you are not enough? What if it is too late? What if you waste your time? What if you discover you were never capable?" These questions are painful, but they are also signs that you have stepped out of the imaginary life and into the actual one. A person who never risks anything may feel less anxious, but they may also become less alive. There is a difference between peace and numbness. There is a difference between safety and self-abandonment. There is a difference between being careful and building a beautiful cage. Real life does not look like an advertisement. In advertisements, everything is clean. The family is laughing, the house is bright, the children are covered in dirt. But somehow the dirt is charming because the detergent will fix everything. The food looks perfect, the car looks perfect, the body looks perfect, the future looks smooth. But in real life, stains stay. Tuna from a can does not look like a restaurant scene. The floor gets dirty again. The apology does not fix everything immediately. The first video feels awkward. The first workout feels humiliating. The first conversation is clumsy. The first attempt may not be beautiful. That does not mean it is meaningless. It means you are no longer watching life from the outside. You are inside it. Many people confuse the discomfort of beginning with evidence that they should stop. They feel anxiety and think, maybe this is not for me. They feel resistance and think, maybe I am not ready. They feel embarrassment and think, maybe I should wait. But the beginning of a meaningful path is rarely comfortable. Sometimes it is supposed to stretch you. Sometimes it is supposed to expose the parts of you that still want approval more than growth. Sometimes the path begins by humiliating the fantasy you had about yourself. You imagined yourself disciplined. Then you begin and realize you are inconsistent. You imagined yourself brave. Then you begin and realize you are afraid. You imagined yourself talented. Then you begin and realize talent still needs repetition. That realization hurts. but it is also the beginning of reality. And reality is where a life can actually be built. There is no transformation without contact. The person who wants to swim cannot keep studying the water forever. At some point, the cold shock of the pool must meet the body. The person who wants to write cannot keep buying notebooks forever. At some point, a bad sentence must appear on the page. The person who wants to start a channel cannot keep planning the perfect message forever. At some point, the voice must shake into a microphone. The person who wants to change cannot keep waiting for a version of themselves that is already changed. At some point, the current self must begin. Not the ideal self, the tired self, the anxious self, the imperfect self, the self that has doubts and bills and responsibilities and no guarantee. That is the self that has to begin. Because courage is not usually a feeling that arrives before the act. Courage is often discovered inside the act. You move while afraid. You continue while uncertain. You show up while embarrassed. Then one day you look back and realize you became braver by keeping promises to yourself. This is why continuation matters. Beginning is important, but continuing changes you. Anyone can have a powerful moment. Anyone can feel inspired at midnight. Anyone can make a dramatic declaration. But life is not transformed only by declarations. It is transformed by repetition, by returning, by showing up after the mood disappears, by choosing again when no one is impressed. This is where the story of John Stephen Akhwari matters so much. In the 1968 Olympic marathon in Mexico City, he was injured during the race. His leg was hurt. His pace slowed. Other runners passed him. The medals were already decided. The stadium had already moved on. By ordinary standards, there was no practical reason to continue. He was not going to win. He was not going to place. He was not going to receive the reward people usually associate with greatness. But he kept going. Slowly. Painfully. Long after the others had finished. And when he finally entered the stadium, injured and exhausted, people stood and applauded. Not because he won the race, because he honored the race. There is something in that image that speaks to the deepest part of human life. Sometimes the point is not whether you finish first. Sometimes the point is whether you abandoned yourself when the road became painful. Many people remember the one who continued, because continuation reveals a kind of dignity that victory alone cannot show. Life often gives us races we do not win. You can do everything right and still lose. You can love someone and still be misunderstood. You can work hard and still be overlooked. You can create something meaningful and still be ignored. You can start late, move slowly, get injured by life, and watch others pass you. This is painful. But the question is not only whether you win. The question is whether you can reach the end of your life and say something priceless. I did my best. Not I controlled every outcome. Not everyone understood me. Not everything worked. Not every dream came true exactly as I wanted. But I did not abandon the part of me that wanted to live honestly. That sentence matters. I did my best. It is simple, but it is not easy. Because doing your best does not mean perfection. It means participation. It means you did not hide forever behind planning. It means you did not let fear make every decision. It means you did not spend your whole life aiming and never shooting. It means you entered the water, opened the store, took the step, had the conversation, made the imperfect beginning, continued when the path stopped feeling cinematic. And this is important because life is short. not as a motivational slogan, as a physical fact. The clock is moving whether you move or not. The years are passing whether you feel ready or not. You can delay the dream, but you cannot delay time. That thought can feel severe, but it can also be merciful. It can wake you from the trance of someday. Someday I will begin. Someday I will become honest. Someday I will change. Someday I will create. Someday I will stop living like a person waiting for permission. But someday is not a place. It is often the word fear uses when it wants to sound reasonable. Maybe you do not need to change your whole life today. Maybe you need one honest act, one ugly first draft, one phone call, one walk, one application, one apology, 1 hour of work on the thing that keeps returning. One moment where you stop negotiating with the part of yourself that knows the truth. Begin before you feel ready. Continue after the feeling leaves. Let anxiety be the price of the ticket. Let imperfection be proof that you are finally in contact with life. And when the road becomes difficult, remember this. You are not only trying to win, you are trying to become someone who can say, at the end, with a tired but peaceful heart, I did my best. Please put in the comments, what would you begin if you stopped waiting to feel ready?